Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Rozy.
And I'm Shorty.
And this is Skate Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
What's good?
You came back again and again and again. You must like us.
Keep coming back to us now.
I think they like us.
I know. You like your titis?
You know, you love us. Tell me you love me. You should subscribe, though. If you're not subscribed, get out my face. I'm done with you.
And then leave a comment saying how much you love me.
Yeah. And if you hate me, then
leave a comment too. I want to see who
hates me. Tell me you hate me to my face. I'll change for you, baby. And I'll be who you want me to be. Just let me know. God. So, you may have noticed we are Barbied out. We are hello.
It is the Legally Blonde episode.
What, Harvard? Like what? Like it's hard?
Like it's hard. Like a law degree is hard.
We have our rollerskating lawyer, our attorney is on today.
My attorney at law, my personal attorney at law.
We have Kerrianifer today, and we are so freaking excited to talk to her, and that's why we are all Barbied out, and we are looking cute, like we're wearing the color Kerrianifer. There is no pink anymore.
If there's not pink, she's not wearing it. Right,
exactly. So we're going to let her in, and she's going to tell us a little bit about our rights while skating, because I've been through a few situations where I've been told I can't skate here. There's no signage. I'm in a public place. Like, I couldn't be more, like, in a place where I'm supposed to be. So we're going to get to the bottom of this, know our rights a little bit more. So let's welcome her in. But before we get into the episode, we just want to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Tutia Skate.
Tutia Skate is an apparel brand. They also sell home goods and other awesome stuff like stickers. Go check them out at Tutia Skate.
Yep, you can also get a customized jean jacket. They host events as well. That's all on their website. So definitely head over there and check out their website at tutiaskate.com.
They're also hosting an East Coast Scramble in November. So if you're interested in taking the trip to Massachusetts, go get tickets now.
Yeah, their tickets are still on sale. If you want to come see me, I'm going to be there documenting the events and, just seeing what's up. And I'll bring my skates, I'll do whatever. I love something. So go check them out at tutiaskate.com.
What's up, Kerri?
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
We're so glad to have you. If you can just introduce yourself, your name, handle, and pronouns.
Okay, so my name is Kerri Deitch, and I go by she or her. And my Instagram handle is Kerrianifer.
Perfect.
KerriAnnifer, because my parents couldn't decide between Anne and Jennifer.
So, listen, I think you are so freaking awesome. First of all, let me just say that. Like, not only are you gorgeous, but you're a lawyer. You're out here. You're so adventurous. Like, you're just from meeting you, like, you just literally are just willing to try it all. You want to do it all. And it's so inspiring to see. Like, can you tell us a little bit about your skate journey?
Okay, so I started skating in October of 2020. Actually, October 22nd of 2020. And I spent about a year on the flats trying to learn dance moves and just skating around and stuff. I skated before, so I could already go backwards and do crossovers and things like that. And then I met one day at Wellington, Kim, in the park, and I saw her going up the ramps and doing kicks. And I was like, oh, that's something that you can do? And so then another few months went by, I guess, and I started trying. And then bit by bit, I started to learn about, different wheels and different equipment and skates and all of those things, and adding those upgrades kind of up to my card game. And so now I'm just every day trying to get a forward stall.
You're really close. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, it's getting pretty solid forward. I'm starting to work on half caps.
And now I see you on a BMX bike. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
The switch.
Like
the
she's there's no chill with you. Like you are like, I'm gonna longboard, I'm gonna aggressive park skate, I'm gonna do all of this. Like
you mountain bike.
Mountain bike. We're gonna see you on a razor scooter next. Like
Yeah, maybe not a scooter. Yeah, my husband who's here with me, we love mountain biking. That's super fun. That's amazing to be like outside and like up in the mountains and outdoors and just like really, really far away from everything. Because you're on a bike, it's different than hiking. And I kind of got the BMX to keep ready for that for the during the rest of the year when we don't get to be in the mountains because there are no mountains here. And I was really surprised when I first got it that I could ride up the ramps and do things. And so that's been fun. Plus, I could customize it. I could put a lot of pink things on it.
You have a really pretty bike.
Yes, for those not watching, Kerrianifer is the Barbie princess, is the bubblegum pink. Like that is your color. There is no pink. It's Kerri. It's Kerri.
Yeah, I like pink a lot. And that actually kind of started because of doing things with my husband. And we had all the same equipment and everything was getting mixed up. So I started looking for pink everything all the time. And then I just, kept getting more pink stuff.
So I want to dive into more of your law life. So you've told us, and you have it in your bio as well that you're a lawyer. And so our main topic for today is just like knowing your rights while you're out skating, So I've been in a few many situations where I've been stopped and like told that I can't skate here or it's illegal or whatever it is. But usually like one specific story, this lady, I was in a public park and this lady stopped me and was like, I am the president of this community. What are you doing here? And she just kept questioning me about like, what am I doing here? And I'm like, I'm just skating. And she's like, well, that's not allowed here. And I just want to know what you plan to do here because I run this community. And she just like stood there and I didn't want to argue with her because I just like, in a Florida gun yielding state, I ain't arguing with nobody. Like, obviously being, a woman of color, like I'm not trying to come off as aggressive either. So I just like packed up my stuff and left. But just situations like that where I don't know what are your rights? Like, how do you know?
If it's a public space, and you're not interfering with traffic, I would say you're allowed to skate there. Unless it's like inside a building. Would you agree?
What? So what's that?
I'm sorry. You can roller skate anywhere. But unless there's like
legally?
Yeah. I mean if it's a my husband's also an attorney, so I'm just verifying with him. If there's not a no trespassing sign, and it's not a private community, and you're not in the middle of the road interfering with traffic.
I would say you'd have to know the ordinance of the city or state.
Okay. So it's possible that there could be city ordinances. Just specifically, I'm not giving any specific legal advice. I'm just kind of speaking generally. Everybody's situation could be different, and everything about the law, it depends on the particular facts and circumstances. But so first of all, anywhere you're not allowed to skateboard, I would say you should probably avoid roller skating there, if it says no skateboarding. But people haven't really caught on to quad skating so much, so there aren't a lot of signs saying no roller skating here. Right. But if it's a public place and like it's somewhere where you would be allowed to ride a bike, I can't.
So basically what you're saying, if there's any type of signage that says no skateboarding, no bike riding, just assume you're not allowed to be there either.
Right, right. And the general rule also is that everything that isn't prohibited is allowed.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So unless it's specifically prohibited. And again, this isn't obviously this isn't legal advice. This is just like for, basic speaking generally for us to understand, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not specifically stated, it's kind of like a gray area.
Yes. And, there's a difference between civil and criminal law also. So, for example, if you were told to leave and you didn't leave, even if it was somewhere that roller skating would otherwise be allowed, you would then be in a situation where you could be trespassing.
Okay.
And that would have to be on private property?
No, trespassing doesn't be private property. It can be told.
Okay.
You can be trespassed
By somebody.
It's got to be someone with lawful authority.
Somebody with lawful authority. So, like, you could be trespassed from the skate park.
What?
And, like, if
you're after 10 o'clock, like when they're closed and you're there, that's trespassing. It's a
okay.
skate park, but you're not allowed to be there.
Oh, okay, I see.
Right. And passing is only a crime if you've been warned away and then you refuse to heed the warning.
Got it.
Okay. And it has to be committed in the presence of the officer. And it has to be somebody with authority over that space.
So, like, for example, with my example, like I was skating in a public park and the president of the community, not an officer, not a security guard, but like a person that lives there, if they say like, hey, you know, get out of here, do I have to listen to them?
I don't think a neighbor would have authority over a public park near their neighborhood. If you and your neighbor share a public space or a park between your two houses, you own it as much as your neighbor. And the neighbor has no right to try and carry you out of it.
That's right. I know, that's right. Thank you for that, Mr. Kerrianifer.
Yeah, thank you. Because I guess
he says to call us if that happens.
Bet. Because, you know, that happens to me a lot. I'll just be skating in a public space and someone that's not an official or anything, they'll just be their like neighborhood watch or something like that. They'll come up to me and be like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, and, you know, just trying to question, like, they try to like repeat the law to me or tell me that I'm in the wrong. And I'm like, I'm literally just skating. Like, is skating in a parking lot illegal? Or does it depend, like if a parking lot, let's say if a parking lot is open sunrise to sunset, right? Is that, and there's no signage that says like no skateboarding, no nothing. Like, but that could fall into the city ordinance. Like you're saying, there could be a citywide.
Let's say
a Walmart versus a public park would have a different answer.
Got it.
He said that even you might as well skate with impunity until you're warned away from it, because they can't trespass you until they've told you not to be there anywhere, like even, you know, a Walmart or a public park or anything like that. Once you've been warned, if you refuse to listen, then you have a problem. But other than that, you're fine. And the warning has to come with somebody with authority. It can't come from a lady shopping at the Walmart, for example.
Meaning a security officer, someone who is their
security officer, owner of the property, someone with the like agency. With agency is like the legal word for legal authority to tell you to do something.
So we're glad to have you on our side, because, you know, you never know, honestly. And we are in a scary state where everybody's strapped and we just like don't know.
That's why I feel like I can't get like because I posted it when the times happen. I try to post if I can, sometimes I can't pull out my phone right when it happens, but and people are like, why didn't you bitch her out, or why didn't you say this, and I just like, in a gun yielding state of Florida, I am not trying to make anyone, because I'm still unsure about the stand your ground law, but like, I just don't want to make someone feel uncomfortable to the point where they would feel like I'm being aggressive and I'm going to hurt them, and I'm literally on skates. What
I would agree with that. I would avoid confrontation. If somebody wants to be in confrontation, I mean,
right.
Florida's really, really developed. There's a lot of concrete everywhere. I longboard in the mornings once in a while on this strip of road that sort of runs between a church and Stribling. And I don't know who the road belongs to. And sometimes people will drive by and I'll just move out of their way and like not make eye contact. Like 2 or 3 cars in like 20 minutes will pass. Maybe less, maybe 1 car sometimes. So I don't know who that road belongs to, and nobody's ever told me to leave. But if they did, I wouldn't go back.
Right.
Right.
And but I really like it because there's like rows and rows of palm trees, and it looks really pretty, and so it's just like a straight strip. And I don't know if it belongs to the church or to the city, or whatever. But if somebody from the church who worked there was like, you can't do that, then I wouldn't. So, for example, last night I really wanted to climb a tree at the patio.
The side of Respectables.
Yes. Yes. So there was a tree there too, and I really wanted to climb that tree and be up in there. That's another thing I've been doing lately. Just all the banyan trees in Florida are amazing.
There's some good climbing trees here.
They're out, especially in front of the Science Museum. They're over grass, so they're kind of safe. But there was like a wall and then the tree, and I knew I could just get right up there. Right, and then there was a security guard standing there, but I couldn't tell that he was a security guard. And so he was like, "You can't do that. You can't do that." I'm like, "I'm just gonna get up in the tree," and he's like, "You can't do that." And my first question was, "Do you work here?" And he said yes, and then I walked away and didn't try again.
He said, I couldn't hear you, but I could tell he said that's not how it happened. It's just,
but I did ask him if he worked there.
Yeah.
I asked him what I didn't say, "What's your authority for saying that?" But I said, "Do you work here?" Because if like just some person was like, "You can't climb that tree," I'd be like, "All right, thank you." I'd do it anyway.
Right. So are you saying like it's all situational, like depending who it is, where you are, and like you kind of just like have to kind of look at it that way?
Yeah, although what Steve said is that you can assume that unless it's otherwise obviously prohibited, you can do it once. Right? And then
got it.
If something happens that indicates, somebody with authority indicates to you that you can't for some reason, or next time you go back there's a no trespassing sign or something like that. One area that it would matter a lot is something like where you bought a ticket to enter. If you've bought a ticket to enter a place, then lots of times that ticket will have a bunch of contract information on it. And it'll say what you can and can't do. For example, we were on a cruise, and I really wanted to roller skate on the front of the boat. And so I did.
Kerri has no limits, bro.
She did once.
I did, yes. And then we went out early in the morning, and then I also roller skated like inside one of the nightclubs. Early, like early, and it was like 7 a.m. or whatever. It wasn't like during the thing. And I didn't skate through the boat. You know, I put my skates on when I got to where I wanted. I skated on the helipad on the front of the boat. I did not, however, post it till I was well off of the cruise. Because Steve was like, "You're gonna get arrested and get stuck in the Bahamas."
We don't want that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he thought I would get kicked off the boat, but I did ask the staff actually, of the boat, are you allowed to roller skate? And it actually, I did research it, and it does say that you're not allowed to roller skate. But I asked the staff, of who ran the like surfing and like the rock climbing thing and stuff like that on the cruise. I said, "Have you guys ever heard of anybody getting in trouble on the boat for roller skating?" And they were like, "No, no." So no,
You
I
didn't
know.
ask if
I'm not
anyone
saying that
tried
makes
it
it
though.
You didn't ask, has anyone tried? You asked, did anyone get in
right,
trouble? See, that's a good, you got to frame the
You
question
slick.
right,
correctly.
See? You good. You good.
Ask specifically what you want to know.
right, exactly.
I,
So
I think this has
yeah,
been really, really, really helpful to a lot of people because, that is a gray area for street skating.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram, like of people just they just want to make their cute little roller skating clip and they'll skate
mm-hmm.
maybe on a trail or something that's near like a water or in a high traffic, like foot area, not so much like a street with cars on it, but it might be like some places in New York and things like that, like where they get kicked out or the police get called on them often. And we're just there like, like we don't know, they don't know what to do. You just stop, doing it once someone tells you, even if it's not. I don't know. I feel like I've also seen videos where it goes from 0 to 100. Like they're skating somewhere in public and then someone called the police on them and now the police is telling them to stop.
Wow, I have not seen that. If the police tell you to stop, you should definitely stop.
Right, of
Like
course.
you should take off your skates. You should sit down on the floor, take off your skates, and walk away.
Yeah.
Got it.
You don't have to engage still. I would say, right? You don't have to engage or have a conversation with the. Yeah, I would be as polite as possible.
Yeah. Can they arrest you in that moment though? Like if you stop, like
that depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what has happened before? What were there signs? Did you put another person in danger? If you are roller skating and the police tell you to stop, a law enforcement officer, somebody with that type of authority, you do have to stop because that in and of itself is failure to follow a lawful command.
Oh, okay.
So you don't have to engage with them necessarily. You can take off your skates and walk away unless they're, telling you that you're being detained. But you do have to, follow their instructions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's important to know from a safety perspective too. It's just like you never know, and it's just like unfortunately we gotta like think of the script while we're in like a really scary situation, which is even harder to do. So
yeah.
So yeah, if you are stopped and questioned, and told to stop skating, I would immediately take off your skates. And if you're detained, I would say, I really respect what you do, but I'm not willing to discuss this without an attorney present.
Oh.
And then be quiet.
Yes.
Yeah, even just saying attorney, but you should, be as polite as possible, as low key as possible. Keep your physical distance as much as possible. And if they ask you any questions, you should not. Like, were you just roller skating here? Didn't you know this wasn't allowed? Yeah, don't
answer no questions.
Right.
Right. Don't say, oh no, I didn't know. I was just blah 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 blah.
What do you say?
Yes,
You just
sir.
don't say nothing? Like if they ask you, were you just skating? Like, you just.
I really respect what you do, but I'm not willing to speak to you without an attorney present.
I'm saying this to everybody.
Yeah, nobody ever explains it away. Like if they're bound and determined to arrest you, you're going anyway.
Damn.
And they don't have to give you Miranda unless they've already detained you.
Mm-hmm. That just changed that law. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if they, were saying, oh, we were just engaging in conversation, and then you have tried to explain yourself and you weren't detained, you wouldn't be subject to the rules of them having to read you your Miranda rights, and they could still use what you have said against you.
Damn.
Thanks, DeSantis.
Yeah. Holy shit.
So you would be in court and the officer would then say, well, I stopped and I spoke to the subject and they admitted that they were roller skating.
Oh my God.
They were free to leave, but when I asked them if they were roller skating, they said, yes, I was. I didn't know, and claimed that they didn't know that they weren't allowed to roller skate there. So if you are ever, they only have to read you Miranda if you're the subject of under suspicion, the subject of investigation of a crime. But you could unknowingly incriminate yourself by just thinking you're having a conversation.
Right.
Oh, okay. And any person would just think it would be fine, just to tell them, and like, you can't technically use that against me, but they can.
Yeah.
Like,
yes, that if you ask any criminal defense attorney, everywhere, the number one thing that gets all clients in trouble are the things that they say themselves. This is
the yapping.
Those listening, he's doing the yap thing with his hands. He's like, don't do
it. Yeah, you attorney. Yeah. Attorney. If you're being questioned for something, there's no reason that you shouldn't have an attorney present, and you guys have my number.
Tell me about the gated community thing.
Even in a gated community, okay, if you are not living in the gated community, you are not necessarily subject to their rules if they have a rule against roller skating in the community, because you aren't in a contractual relationship with that community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is happening. Yes. So you hear he's like, adorable little roller skaters. What is going on?
Well, I actually have a story with that too, because I personally live in a gated community, and I was jam skating in my tennis court, and I never got bothered about it. I just got some looks by some older women at the pool, whatever. But just always kept to myself. I would see security roll by. They never said anything to me. They would walk by. They never said anything to me. But they just resurfaced it, and it's beautiful, buttery. Like, I'm dying to get out there. And, I'm pretty cool with the security guy here. So I just was chatting it up with him one day, and I was like, hey, listen, am I going to get in trouble for skating there now that it's resurfaced? And he's like, I've gotten so many calls about you. I see it's you. I just like walk away. But it's just because he's cool with me. But like, if he did say something to me, I absolutely would not be able to go back there. But I am scared to go back ever since he said that to me.
I think I would read if you live in a gated community, that means there's a homeowners association.
Right.
and it has rules.
Right. And I very quickly got an email saying, just so you know, you're not allowed to roller skate or like skate in there. They didn't specifically say roller skate, but they just said that there's no other activity allowed other than tennis in there.
No other activity than tennis, huh?
Or something along those lines. I do got to read it again, but I felt a little called out because it was like a couple weeks in a row I was going there on the weekends.
Because that was a general email. It wasn't specifically
it was
to
like
you.
they send it every week, and it was just like, just a reminder, these are the rules. And so I think it was something along the lines of
and that's and
I would look at the rules, and then I would definitely complain if they're playing pickleball there.
fucking pickleball.
Yes, queen. Oh my god, I am. I was like, that's not a tennis racket. That does not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have a direct problem with pickleball because of how many tennis, how many roller rinks they have taken over.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We are gonna take this information and run. If people want to see more of your awesome adventures, not only roller skating, but the BMX biking, the longboarding, what else do you do? Yoga.
I really like to get to the beach at sunrise and do yoga. That's something I've been doing lately to really to increase my longevity in all the sports, right? Because I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And so, you know, by doing yoga, you increase you decrease your chances of getting hurt. And you increase your balance, and you know, it's the NFL has it as part of their regular training regimen. And so yeah, I've been doing that, and I really enjoy that. It's nice. It's hard to get out of the house. I get very competitive with the sun. If I get to the beach and it's like not completely dark, if there's like a hint of color, I'm so mad. I'm like, oh, I missed it totally. And there's still, you know, like an hour. But
where can they find you on your fun adventures? What's your handle again?
Oh, it's Kerrianifer, KerriAnnNIfer, like Anne and Jennifer put together.
Only.
I run too. And I ice skate.
Just assume that she does everything. Yeah, you used to professionally ice skate, right?
Competitively, not
competitively.
Yeah.
Doing it all.
Even as an adult. Yeah, that's so I was actually telling my husband about, like, Shorty, your background is in derby, right?
Right.
And so, like, I come from ice skating, and it's interesting. And Lexi, another friend of ours, she is like a gymnast of 7 years. And it's interesting, people come from all different backgrounds and end up in the parks skating.
Yeah.
It's a big draw. So it's really fun. It's you know, I love you girls.
Yeah.
And I love
we love you.
And
we'll be seeing you out at the park.
Yes. And the outfit, y'all don't understand. Y'all have to go check out her page because the outfits are phenomenal.
She'll wear 3 outfits in one skate set. She'll just be like,
the wagon. Kerri always
she left these at the park. I don't know if you remember these, but
the wagon
these up one day after you left.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, the wagon. I have the wagon, and yeah, I do. I do like to wear different outfits. In fact, I just told my husband we're going on a boat tomorrow, and I said my sister and I are going to be changing bathing suits while we're on the boat.
I love it so much.
Yes. I love it.
And I also like to bring enough, like, sunglasses, for example, for everybody, so that I like to dress other people up too. And my minor in undergrad was theater costume design. But
wow,
you know, I'm a theater girl.
You know to know about you.
You know, I'm a thespian.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, enjoying dress up really precedes that. I mean, it's like in fact, my daughter also, like, her first word was shoes.
Yes.
So
shoes.
Shoes. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining us.
Thank you
We
for
can't
having
wait to
me, you
skate
guys.
again with you, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll see you guys soon.
I feel like we just like learned so much. I know my rights, sort of, you know, and it's kind of, it's scary to hear, but like it's also like I feel like at least I have a little bit of a leg up now that I know.
Yeah, I mean, we just had a major law we just had a major law change here in Florida with Miranda rights, so I think it's really important that we had this conversation. And I think she had a lot of insight for living in other places too. So, you know, just got to be cool and understand that like we might be in a situation sometimes that is scary, and all we can do is know the right thing to do.
Right? Yeah. So with that said, let us know in the comments below if you've ever encountered anything like this. Tell us your story of either when you were trespassing, allegedly, or if you were kicked out of a place that you were skating. Let us know.
If you want to tag your HOA president.
Yeah. Let us know. Tell us below what any situations you've been in. And if you're looking for me, you can find me at Rolling with Rozy.
If you're looking for me, you can find me at Hey Shorty with 3 Y's and 2 underscores.
And if you're looking for us, you can find us at Skate Sunday. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.